Hello, my name is Matthew Kitt. I am the creator of Someone Like You by Ice9 Kills A2 Media Studies music video, and this is a summary to my evaluation where I shall highlight questions 1 through 4 as well as do a director's commentary on my video. So please excuse me if this is quite informal, but my blog is quite informal itself. I will still be quite informative as to what my posts usually are, but basically we're just going to go through my video and I'm going to highlight a few questions along the way. A lot of this stuff I will be repeating from the viewing video, and I think from a lot of just diary blog entries on my blog itself, as I did highlight this quite a lot throughout the history of the course. So here is the video. This is my logo, Dead Smiley Records. I added this in at the end. I put this in. This is an old design that I had, and I decided to recreate it for this. And it suits the metal rock sort of punk themes, as the smiley face is used quite a lot in sort of just casual use. And I wanted it to have that sort of darker metal element by having it, well, dead, as you can clearly see. And I guess the rock sort of side of it would just feel like that it's just such a quite an easy and recognizable symbol. So, you know, it increases branding, increases just the ability to recognize my work. Let's say that. So yes, this was added on this. I think it was only added on this final piece. It isn't on my rough cut or my draft 4. So please don't expect this to be on those. So yes, here we've got my room being introduced. We've got. Sorry, I have to point at this. I've got text which I added in as I thought it would be a very high quality element to involve in music videos, as sometimes this is involved within practice. Let me just adjust the camera so you can see that more clearly. Right. So yes, as it fits in with the music, it clearly syncs up. And then here's the bear coming out of the wardrobe. There is a raw footage online of this, and it shows my attempts as I was actually in the wardrobe. I was propping him myself, I was puppeteering him out just to the side each and every time. This was quite difficult, but I planned it to be like this, and I just kept on repeating the process, as you can see in the raw footage. And when it came to the editing stages, I basically just chose the best one out of the continuous shots that I constantly did. And I'll go through, as I said, I won't highlight evaluation just yet, as the video has to go on a bit before I can highlight anything that's as general as some of these questions, as my video does involve a lot of technology, a lot of evolution of that technology, as the bear will surely represent, and unfortunately I can't combine the ancillary text, but I will, for question 2, I'm sorry, but I will say that after the video. And then audience feedback, as you can see in the viewing, I will highlight in just a moment. So yes, here we go with CS fitting in, and I'm focusing a lot on him. Now that scene with the turning, as I said, I've highlighted this in my viewing, so I am repeating a lot. You can always go to these, and I was asked this question after the feedback, so this will link to question 3, and just to how my development of planning, because I planned for that scene to be in time, and I was planning to change my entire room to an older version of when I was younger, and this would be like the bear tripping out of flashbacks, as he's seeing the room for the first time, and he's remembering it like this, but unfortunately it's now in its current state. This would just emphasize the fact that it's just a changing world, and although this might be quite confusing to the audience, remember I wanted this to reflect on the audience, and he's confused as well. You know, he thought that when he comes out of the wardrobe that it'd all be the same, but obviously it isn't. So yeah, we're gonna have to continue to find out what he does. So yes, this is me and my girlfriend. A few more opening up shots just to reveal who I am. Yes, her name's Bronwyn, by the way. She is a fellow schoolmate and good friend. She posed as my girlfriend, and this scene was used as to show a sort of jealousy between the bear and this relationship. But the bear's a little bit too shy at this point, as you'll see later on. So he doesn't really interact yet. So yeah, he's, as I said, he's back there somewhere, just peeing on this situation, and he just believes that this relationship has replaced his own with a toy to child relationship with, you know, a teenage romantic relationship, which I emphasized to sync with the lyrics in a second. Yeah, there we go. With the married now, I specifically got the hula hoops in and posed them as wedding rings on myself and Bronwyn, and this would just, you know, synergize, or I don't even know if that's a word, but basically just link to the lyrics as to just emphasize that point even further. Originally I did intend to use Haribo Star Mix. This, as I said, this is up on my blog and stuff, so if I'm repeating myself, I am sorry, but I have to involve a lot of creative decision here, so I'm just trying to link most of it in. But unfortunately at my local Tesco's they didn't have any, so we instead used hula hoops, and it still came out pretty well. You can see in the raw footage how we tried to get them on as wedding videos, as wedding rings, in one of my other videos. Yes. Yes, these are prospectuses to my university. This is to show like where I'm going in the future, and I hope to go there. I mean, I'm not there yet, but I'd love to. So yeah, if there are any universities watching, yeah, I want to come to you. Yes, and then we come up to the shy part. And this is where he somewhat shies away. This scene here is used quite a lot, but in very many different circumstances. So, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing, but it is just good to see a lot of, because it's quite consistent and it somewhat relates to the bear's sort of personality. This I puppeteered myself, by the way. This is the tree. Originally I didn't actually think of having a Christmas sort of connection, but because it was around the time of Christmas when I filmed this, actually 2 weeks afterward I had to beg my parents to keep up the Christmas decor. It just really emphasised the fact that, you know, that he really misses the relationship that me and him once had. This is a flashback scene. If I go back, like, I don't think I can. But basically, it's just me and Bronwyn wrapped him up because this was filmed at the same time when she was round. And I put a big, massive sticker on it, it's just saying "To Matt" on it. And it just emphasises again that he misses that relationship, and that was the first time that he was found upon by me, you know, at Christmas time as a Christmas gift. In my magazine advert, where I'll link to question 2 now, I did use that same scene. I drew it out and used it on my magazine ad to show, you know, to connect the sort of storylines between the magazine to Digipack to video. Digipack I'll go into probably after this video, so let's just continue for now. I involved a lot of technology, as it will show in my Prezi on my evaluation page, which is probably above if you're on my blog and have hyperlinked this. This is just random, as in I didn't plan to film this news documentary of the Syria violence, as it clearly shows here, but it just really shows that the world is somewhat in like in a like bad state, which is somewhat what the bear feels like at this moment. So he's somewhat scared of the world because it just seems so much just more fearful than what he originally thought. And then I also did an old photo of me there to me here. I would have done a cleaner shot, but with what I had to do, oh god, what I had to do, what I had done, I didn't really play back the footage that well, but as I said, if I could do it better, then I would do it more smoothly and cleanly. This is where he first tries to connect me. He uses just plain post-it notes. This will show further on in the digital technology that I used. And now this scene is important, as this is the scene where he goes onto my Facebook page and looks at all the recent photos that I've had during my life, and it shows how I've developed over time and how how different I've become and how many friends I've met over the time and what I've done, and it just really shows that he's missed out on my life in a way, and it just emphasizes that even further. Now he tries to do technology after he just witnessed Facebook. This is where he gets my iPod. And then, he tries to send me a message, but because he can't adapt to it, as we will see in a few seconds, it doesn't work out. This just shows that he just can't cope in this world, as it will, again, constantly keep on referring to, even now in this scene, as he gets a hold of my beer. Well, not my beer, but just a beer can. This is in my digipack. I emphasize this scene again. So yes, and because he can't cope, he goes and throws up. And now here we go with more digital technology reference with the laptop. And again, it interferes with the post-it label. And again, then he reverts back. He reverts back to just using plain post-it notes, because he knows that he can't use technology that well. And then I emphasize this scene. As I will explain quite a lot, this scene was quite important because I really want to emphasize that it's just so despairing for him to be put back in the wardrobe every time, to be rejected, and so like this is sort of like the last straw. It's like, why is he doing this to me? As it will emphasize even further. And I'll just give a warning now. I did mean for it to be this dark. I'm sorry if the lighting on this camera doesn't work, but you can just go to my video and watch it straight from there. I did mean it for it to be this dark because you can't see his expression anyway, because he's a toy bear, and the fact that you can't see his face in this dark really just puts you on edge as to what he's feeling. Is he feeling anger? Is he feeling sadness from being rejected so much? We'll just have to find out later on in the video.